Hey, architecture firm owners and emerging leaders. Get ready for unparalleled insight into the development of a world-class architecture firm and a worldwide organization driving the digital transformation of the design and construction industry. With Build Smart, the podcast that's changing how our profession operates. We share the incredible stories behind innovation in the building industry with my friend and co-host, Patrick McLeamy, FAIA, former CEO of the international architecture firm, HOK.
You know, Yamasaki's office or firm lasted during his lifetime. And when he passed away, I think that was the end of the Yamasaki office. Helmut did not want that. He wanted a firm that would live out and grow beyond the founders.
In Season 1, discover the untold stories behind HOK's meteoric rise, from 150 employees in St. Louis to a powerhouse with over 1,900 staff members and 27 offices worldwide.
You know, they weren't as polite as the Kojima people. That was just boom. And anytime you have a creditor, whether it's Kojima or the bank, that wants their money, unless you can raise money someplace else, you are out of business.
Bankrupt. And hold on tight for Season 2, where Patrick takes us on a new adventure as chairman of Building Smart International, shaping the future of digital transformation in the design, construction, and operation of built assets.
Ian Howell, Ken Harold, and I, Ken was my technical representative from HOK. The three of us took a tour of Europe of 5 cities in 5 days. Very busy time.
Simply follow the link in the show notes to subscribe to Build Smart now and uncover lessons that will transform you and your architecture firm. Hey, architecture firm owners and emerging leaders. Get ready for unparalleled insight into the development of a world-class architecture firm and a worldwide organization driving the digital transformation of the design and construction industry. With Build Smart, the podcast that's changing how our profession operates. We share the incredible stories behind innovation in the building industry with my friend and co-host, Patrick McLeamy, FAIA, former CEO of the international architecture firm, HOK.
You know, Yamasaki's office or firm lasted during his lifetime. And when he passed away, I think that was the end of the Yamasaki office. Helmut did not want that. He wanted a firm that would live out and grow beyond the founders.
In Season 1, discover the untold stories behind HOK's meteoric rise, from 150 employees in St. Louis to a powerhouse with over 1,900 staff members and 27 offices worldwide.
You know, they weren't as polite as the Kojima people. That was just boom. And anytime you have a creditor, whether it's Kojima or the bank, that wants their money, unless you can raise money someplace else, you are out of business.
Bankrupt. And hold on tight for Season 2, where Patrick takes us on a new adventure as chairman of Building Smart International, shaping the future of digital transformation in the design, construction, and operation of built assets.
Ian Howell, Ken Harold, and I, Ken was my technical representative from HOK. The three of us took a tour of Europe of 5 cities in 5 days. Very busy time.
Simply follow the link in the show notes to subscribe to Build Smart now and uncover lessons that will transform you and your architecture firm. Entrepreneur Architect Podcast, Episode 21. Welcome to this episode of the Entrepreneur Architect Podcast. My name is Mark R. LePage, and this is the podcast dedicated to a successful life as a small firm architect. My goal is to inspire you to build a better business so that you may pursue your purpose with passion and live the life of your dreams. I am a born entrepreneur. It's in my blood. From age 10, when I decided to become an architect, I knew that someday I would lead my own firm. With certainty for my destination, I planned my path step by step from graduation to business launch. It wasn't a formal written plan, but I knew from the very start what I needed to do before I was ready to take on my own clients. Today on the Entrepreneur Architect Podcast, I'm going to share my journey from architecture school to my own architecture firm, 5Cat Studio. But before we get into that, did you have a chance to listen to episode 20 on how to more than double your fee on your next architecture project? I shared how we provide additional value for select clients and offer construction management services. By providing these additional services, we gain more control over the quality of our projects and increase our revenues on those projects, more than doubling our fee for architectural services. I received lots of feedback on this one, both from people excited about the idea, as well as people seeking additional clarification on how we do what we do. If you haven't listened to that episode yet, I invite you to visit entrearchitect.com/episode 20 and learn how to more than double your fees on your next project. And on the blog this week, I shared the 5 fundamentals I wish I knew before launching my own architecture firm. If I knew what I knew now, I'd do things completely different. So check that post out at entrearchitect.com. So let's get right into this week's topic. Following graduation from Roger Williams University, I started my career at a small firm located about 20 miles west of New York City. It was 1993, and the economic outlook did not look much different than from today's. We were coming out of recession, and architects were not hiring. Sound familiar? I addressed resumes to more than 30 firms and promptly received 30 rejection letters, and I still have that stack of letters in my archive today. Several weeks later, as I continued my search, one of those 30 rejection letters, that firm called me back for an interview. The firm had recently completed a project converting an old textile mill into residential lofts. In addition, they had designed a new 10-story apartment building to complement the adaptive reuse development complex. A legal dispute between one of the new loft owners and the project developers established a requirement for the floor area of all 300-plus units to be individually surveyed and documented. It was a perfect job for a hungry intern with no hope of any other prospect. I spent that first summer measuring and recording the floor area of every single unit in that complex. It was interesting work for the first 2 months, while I worked with another staff member measuring the open floor plans of the industrial loft units. Each unit differed due to the inconsistent configuration of the heavy masonry structure, and the curiosity of how each level of the old mill could be transformed into residential living space kept me motivated to proceed. During the 3rd month, though, we moved to the new building. 10 levels of identical floor plans designed with bidirectional symmetry. After the first week of measuring the same unit 8 hours per day, my head was spinning. The work had become monotonous very quickly, but it was a job during a time when there was none. I was happy to be employed, and ultimately it led to my full-time position with the firm. For the recent and soon-to-be graduates listening to this podcast, there's a lesson in that first leg of my journey. Take the work that you can get. Never mind how boring or menial the tasks may be. Work hard, do the job the best you can, and good things will happen. Good things did happen for me at that job. It was a small practice, and I learned a tremendous amount from the staff and the firm owner. Many lessons, both in design and in business, were internalized and applied at 5Cat Studio when Anne-Marie and I finally launched our own firm 6 years later. Another good thing happened to me at that first job of mine. I met and fell in love with Anne-Marie. So that job with Barry Postganzer in Ridgewood, New Jersey, very literally changed my life. And the story about how Anne-Marie and I kept our relationship and ultimately our engagement to be married a secret up until the day I gave my 2 weeks notice, that is a story for another day. With some residential and small commercial work complete, the next step of my plan was to experience working in a much larger firm. When I left Barry, I went to work for URS Consultants in Paramus, New Jersey. Today, URS Corporation is one of the largest engineering, architecture, and construction firms on the planet. I wanted to experience every aspect of the profession, and working for such a large company allowed me to confirm that corporate America was indeed not where I wanted to be. 6 months later, with wedding plans in progress, wow, the wedding, all 3 of them. Another great story, but I'm not going to get into it. I wanted to find a firm that I could call home until my required internship period was complete. Anne-Marie had already moved across the Hudson River north to Westchester County, New York, and she was employed with a sole proprietor designing high-end custom homes for elite clients. With plans to move in with Anne-Marie following our wedding, I found a position with a mid-sized firm that specialized in K-12 educational architecture in Mount Kisco, New York. I grew with that firm and worked my way up to become an architectural project manager, working closely with the senior partner and managing multi-million-dollar school and religious architecture projects. After almost 4 years with the firm, my internship was complete, and I found myself in a very difficult position. I was on track to become a partner, and the security of a leadership position in a well-established firm was making me reconsider my master plan. I had become a member of the family at KG&D Architects, and I very much respected the partners of the firm. It was a very difficult decision, but I was ready to take the next step. It came as a shock to everyone, and many thought I was making a very big mistake. And looking back, I can now see what they knew. I was not yet a licensed architect. I had no clients, and I had very little money. I was recently married, and I had just purchased a house in Chappaqua with a mortgage. Maybe I was crazy, but I knew with certainty that it was the right thing to do. It was my dream since childhood to be in control of my own destiny. In my 6th grade classroom, a brightly colored cardboard sign hung pinned to the tackboard. It read, "To achieve all that is possible, we must attempt the impossible. To be all that we can be, we must dream of being more." I don't know to whom it's attributed, but I carried that quote throughout my journey to autonomy. I live by those words every day. 5 Cat Studio has allowed me the freedom to live a life of balance. Well, it's more of a life of integration, but I'm going to save that story for an upcoming podcast episode when Anne-Marie and I share our own story of how we successfully manage both the firm and our family. This opportunity for freedom has provided me with experience and knowledge that I would have never ever known if I had chosen the path of job security. These past 14 years have been extremely challenging. We've had great years and many recent years of fear and uncertainty, but the benefits of owning our own firm have far outweighed the inherent difficulties of business ownership. Anne-Marie and I have been in control of our success as well as our failures. We've been able to make our changes when we've felt them necessary and experimented with the way we run our business and have pushed the boundaries of traditional architecture practice. There are many more years ahead for 5 Cat Studio, and there'll be many challenges along the way. We will succeed and will fail, but Anne-Marie and I will decide which path to follow, and that alone has made my childhood dream a reality. I launched Entrepreneur Architect with the intent of making a difference in this world, to influence a profession and help improve the lives of my fellow architects. The choices I've made in my life have brought me to this very unique position. I now have the opportunity to take 5 Cat Studio to the next level. I'll continue to work hard, have faith, and live with certainty that the path that I've chosen will take me to a place where I am meant to be. I look forward to the years ahead, and I invite you to join me as I continue on my journey. So what's your story? Did you launch your own architecture firm? Are you considering your own leap of faith? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section at entrearchitect.com/episode 21. The more we share, the more we'll all benefit both individually and collectively as a profession. So take a few minutes and share your story with the rest of us. I hope you enjoyed this episode and found it worth your time to listen. I would love it if you just do me a favor. Please visit iTunes and leave a review for the show. And I've made it very simple for you. I have set up a direct link for you. Go to entrearchitect.com/iTunes. Doesn't get easier than that. EntreArchitect.com/iTunes, and that link will take you right over to my iTunes page. Just click the button that says review. You sign in there and let me know what you think. I love your honest critique of the show. Those reviews and star ratings help other entrepreneur architects find the show. If you like the information that I share in the blog and here at the podcast, it would be great if you just show the love by leaving me a review. I'd really, really appreciate it. So until next week, my name is Mark R. LePage, and I am an entrepreneur architect. Thanks for listening.
Imagine earning continuing education credits while doing exactly what you're doing right now. Well, you can. Gable Media has revolutionized the way you earn your continuing education credits with a groundbreaking approach. Forget running around town and scouring the internet for credit-worthy courses. Fulfill your CE requirements effortlessly by listening to engaging podcasts just like the one you're listening to now. Our podcasts are designed to educate, entertain, and inspire, all in a user-friendly environment. But wait, there's more. Architects, Gable Media is also approved as an AIA continuing education services provider. Upon completion, we handle everything, from reporting your hours directly to the AIA to storing your certificates in your personal Gable Media profile for your self-reporting needs. So follow the link in the show notes and start earning your credits in the most innovative and entertaining way possible with Gable Media.
Attention architects and creative minds, get ready to supercharge your brand with Build Your Brand, the podcast that's unlocking the secrets of branding success for creatives. Hey there, it's Mark R. LePage, founder of Entre Architect, and I'm inviting you to join my friend, architect marketing expert Jeff Eccles at Build Your Brand podcast, where he explores the captivating stories of the world's top brands and transforms their lessons into powerful moves for small firm architects and creatives like you. In Season 1, Jeff shares the thrilling tale of Southwest Airlines, where he dissects their journey to the summit and distills it into strategies tailor-made for you.
It's important to keep in mind that companies like Southwest compete in the real world, just like you, and face real-world challenges, just like you. You might be surprised at how similar those challenges are to the struggles that you grapple with on a day-to-day basis.
Don't miss out on your blueprint for success. Subscribe, tune in, and let's build your brand together.
You may have noticed that the very best brands in the world are also known for having somewhat unique corporate cultures. That's often the glue that holds everything together when they encounter those rough spots.
We don't do it because it inconveniences the passengers to whom we are primarily dedicated, the short haul, frequent flyer.
Follow the link in the show notes to subscribe to Build Your Brand today. Remember, no matter the size, the journey's the same. Your brand's journey to the top starts here.